What's up, Big Wigs? We are back. We are back on the pod. I'm proud of us because I am so fucking tired. I don't know how I got here today.
Yeah, because we had a whirlwind of a weekend on tour.
Whirlwind. If you're new here, are you new here? I'm Anna Roisman. This is my gorgeous co-host.
Thank you,
Andrea Lopez.
Hi, guys.
Hi. And we're just coming off a hot 3-day tour with Heather McDonald. Super fun.
So fun. We didn't even know what to expect.
It was a Galentine's weekend. You know what I mean? On stage and off. It really was. It was just like...
Yeah, we started Valentine's Day at the Palladium in New York.
That feels like it was a month ago. I don't know why, but it was 2 days ago.
Truly, yes. But it was all good. It was just a traveling in between. She had a lot of she had canceled shows, so that's why there was a New York show, then a DC show, then a Jersey show.
Yeah, so the route was a little like bloop, like a little circle. But everyone was so nice, so fun. Shout out to the Juicy Scoopers if you're tuning in. She has amazing fans. She really does.
They're so loyal. I love seeing everybody when they remember. She will explain that she's told some stories like in past years, and she's like, but if you like... The people just love it. They like love the stories. They're so good, you know?
Yeah, they love her. She's a girl's girl. She really is.
She is. And that's why we loved that she brought us on, because we're like, wait a minute, you know what? I love Heather. She's just bringing up other women, and we had so much fun. And she let us do our bits with her.
Yeah. So for those who didn't make the show, should we tell them what we got to do? Which was like so fun. So we did like an opening bit where, so Heather does impressions too, like forever. We got to hear about her like experience with SNL and all this shit. And it was so funny because she was like, I want to do Drew Barrymore and I want to have you guys on as guests, which is like the perfect platform for
completely
for us,
like a funny way to bring in characters.
Her Drew is so funny too. Like I know a lot of people do Drew, but like she was like the first. She's done Drew for years, and you know she's doing Drew, talk show Drew. So she's like the culottes and the glasses and the, you know, I'm not fun. No, I don't have any boys in my life. Like no one likes me. I'm such a nerd.
It's so funny. When we walked into the Palladium in the green room, I saw there was a hanging rack of clothes, and I go, oh, somebody must have left their shit here, because it was like these yellow culottes that were what's the material? It's
like a tweed or something.
A tweed, yes. Yeah. And it's this mustard color, and there's this hideous mustard color. That's what was so gross about it. And it was this blazer, and then when she showed us her outfit, I go, oh, that's what you're wearing is Drew, but it was the perfect Drew outfit.
It was really funny. Yeah, so she brought us on as guests. So I came out as Hilaria Baldwin. You know, this woman is in the news right now. Hardcore, right? We got the book. We got the TV show coming out. She was all over SNL 50 this weekend, too. I don't know if you saw her.
Yeah, if you watched her stories, she was, you know, recapping with her and Alec.
Really?
Just loving it.
You know, SNL, yeah. I did enough of her. I was like, I'm done her for a minute, right?
You started and you go, now.
I was like, I love SNL, you know, it's like so fun to see all the comedia. No, it was fun. And then you came out as Teresa. And I did, you know, looking back, I think because she was like, do whoever you want, but I think like my fans will like these two, you know, and I think they were the perfect choice for them.
It worked so well with Drew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the two moms. Then I realized when she was introing us, we all have we're both authors, Eladia and Teresa.
Yeah.
In reality stars, and you're about to go on reality. Teresa's been in reality forever. Like after we did it for 3 shows, I go, wait a minute, that was actually the perfect little trio.
Perfect. Yeah, they were fun.
Worked out.
And then we got to do them together because she like leaves the stage to come out to do her stand-up set. So it was just like fun for us to fuck around for a little while.
Yeah, truly. And we didn't know how long. Every time was different. We were just gabbing on the stage because
she has to change, and then we gotta like wait for her to be in the fucking wings, and we're like, you know. I will say it was, you know, one lesson we learned, which was hilarious, is, you know, union theaters versus non-union theaters. Really a difference of a working mic or not, you know?
Oh my God. The way that the service was different.
It was so funny.
Which is it's good for them, but then they're not willing to work as hard, or they're like, if our card is not punched in, we ain't touching the microphone for you.
Don't breathe near us. Yeah. I'm on break. Don't fucking breathe near me. I'm a union. I'm in the union, bitch. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm so sorry. Where's the bathroom? They're like, can't tell you. I'm on break.
We got locked out in the underskirts of the Lincoln Theater, and we asked for the code, and the guy's like, I was telling this to Pat. No,
they literally, we were like, where can we get a drink? And so they were like, you have to go to the bar. It's at the front of the theater. We go in this underpass.
Yeah, they have an underground tunnel underneath the seats of Lincoln Theater.
It did feel like, this is from like the hundreds of like this is where, I don't know what went what went on down here, but it didn't feel like positive vibes. You know what I mean? It was literally like a whole underground. And we go out, we get the drinks, whatever. And then we come back and it's sealed up. We're locked out.
I go, did we even come this way? This doesn't look familiar. Then we need a code to come in. They didn't mention a code.
They go, they're eating a sandwich. That woman was like on break. She's like, I'm sorry, we're on break. We don't know the code. I was like, well, we have to get back on stage.
Well, first of all, she didn't even know if there was a code. She goes, we asked her, do we need a code? Well, does it look like you need a code?
Yeah. It does. There's a bunch of numbers here.
Yeah, there's a lockbox and we need the perfect code for it. I felt like I was in a Nancy Drew mystery show.
It was so weird. Meanwhile, Heather's on stage like doing her set and we're like, shit, I hope we get back in time because we had to do a set at the end. We came out, which was very fun. It got more fun as the time went on. You know what I mean? Like, I think like we all improv together, but like we had our bits we wanted to cover. You know, we had an outline. But no, so at the end of the show, we got to come out as Chris and Court because Heather used to have a real relationship with the Kardashians and go to their Christmas parties. And then she didn't go anymore. And we had to get the drama out. Why that happened.
Why was she not invited back? And there was all these little funny things about it. We just had a great time. And we also were accompanied by her son, Drake, who works for her.
We love Drake. Shout out to Drake.
Shout out to Drake.
Drake is like 22, but like running the shit. You know, he's really like working hard. Drake was awesome. Here's the only issue we had all weekend is I always say Dre. Andrea is Dre. We always say Dre. So I'd be like, Dre, can you come zip up my dress or something? He's like, I'm like, no,
all of a
Dre.
Sudden, Drake pops in.
Drake and Dre are the same.
Also Heather McDonald's 6'4" son. He's so tall. So you're like, can you unbutton my dress? Drake shows up. He's like, what?
Yeah. And it's so funny too that like all the fans obviously know her sons because she talks about her family. You know, she's had her show for a long time. So they know her family. And like all the fans are like, can I get a selfie with Drake? Like he's like he's superstar after.
Yeah. And he's so nice about it. Like most people will be like, okay, this is just my job. I'm not taking, you know what I mean? He's so nice and he gets it. And he's just down for the whole bit.
I hope I'm nice to all my fans. I'm like, would I be this nice? Like, I think there come a point where I'd be like, I'm sorry, I can't go near you. I don't want to do.
That's what I noticed about Heather is she's so giving with her fans. They did a meet and greet, and sometimes people were late to the meet and greet, and then she was like, no, it's fine. Like, we'll still talk to them.
Yeah.
She kept us cracking up all weekend. The other funny thing was traveling with her and Drake because this was kind of like her first time taking an Amtrak train.
Yeah, we did the Amtrak. She like asked us like, how should we get to DC and back? And we were like, the Amtrak. Like you could fly, but it's the same time and it's easier.
Right. And
I sit on a train.
I think she has taken a train, but this was like a different experience because we are so used as East Coasters. We take the train because there's multiple cities right next to each other. Boom, boom, boom. She's from the West Coast. So they don't really use the train like we do.
Yeah.
So she was like, do we got to get there an hour ahead of time? Like, where do we put our bags? Oh my God, they're calling the train. Are we on the right train? What is this? I go, it's track 14. No worries. We can hop on with 1 minute to spare.
I forget what happened. So we left Penn Station to go to DC on Saturday morning after the show. I forget, when were you there? Were you there earlier than me? Did you?
We hopped on the DC to DC train at the same time.
Oh, yes, we did.
Yeah.
She was there early, obviously. And we get there and she's in line, like boarding the train. And I find her and I was like, hey. And she was like, oh, you can come in with us. And I was like, 9 minutes. I think I'm going to go get a matcha. She's like, 9 minutes. You people are fucking crazy. You East Coasters are crazy. And I was like, and the conductor, the guy working, you know, like sending everyone down into the track, he's like, I got you. He's like, I'll let you know if the train leaves and it's gonna leave. And I was like, thank you, my friend.
9 minutes. You got at least 30 minutes really of time.
A bagel, you know, you could get anything in 9 minutes.
A coffee, hit Hudson News.
Yeah. I mean, didn't happen for me in DC the next morning. I did have to cancel my breakfast sandwich order, which was frustrating, but
you weren't in the train station though. You were at a leisure bagel shop.
I wasn't. Yeah, you know? I wasn't. But the train was so funny. Remember, we're all sitting together. We're all having a grand old time. We're all picnicking, you know, we got whatever.
Chatting.
And then all of a sudden someone goes, those are our seats.
Heather immediately goes, what? What do you mean? What? How? Oh my God, Drake, are we on the wrong train? She
goes, where are we going?
You guys, we're already like one stop into the next, we're in the next city. We're in Trenton, New Jersey at that
Newark,
point.
Metro Park. I don't know. We're not that far, but.
Yeah. But so it turns out they got seats in the same car, but just in different places. So we all ended up having to spread out. But it was so funny watching the panic, the sheer panic on Heather's face.
It was great.
She thought we were on the wrong train altogether. That was funny.
Yeah, so we had to split up, which was honestly, for a Love is Blind fan, dropping 6 episodes instead of like 3 is really fucking frustrating because I'm like, I didn't have 17 hours to dedicate this weekend to watching Love is Blind. So I did get a little time to watch on the train.
To do a little binge train sesh.
A little binge Love is Blind sesh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I was catching up on Traitors because there was a new episode and I had to see Sandoval's episode of the year.
You really did.
It was iconic.
Well, the best is I was like, you watched Traitors? And she's like, yes, it was so funny. And then you started describing it. And I was like, Andrea,
that was last week's episode.
That was the other week.
I can't keep up. I'm in between Severance and Traitors. I mean, I don't know what I'm watching.
Honestly, 2 very different shows, I'd say.
Very different. Very different. Like really though. But I can't keep up with when the air date is. Oh, and then there was also the Summer House premiere show, so I had to watch that. Let's just say I was behind on television, so I got my binge hours in.
Yeah, you did.
DC was a really fun show because although we got locked out, the theater was really cool. And I don't think she's gone to DC in a minute. So the theater was like packed.
It was a fun one.
Like
I mean, they all were fun.
They all were so fun.
I feel like also DC, Andrea had 20 family members show up, which was awesome.
That was so cool. My parents came and I knew they were coming, but I didn't know that my 2 aunts were coming. My cousins were coming. My parents' neighbors were coming. I go, I swear to God, they invited the whole neighborhood.
That's so nice.
It was so
Are
nice.
they all available April 1st to come to Joe's Pub for me? Because I could really use like a family of 20, to just like fucking pack it for me.
It was so nice to see everybody. But I also was thinking that, I don't know if any of them watch reality TV. Well, my aunts don't. You know what I mean? They're like not in that.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, do they know Ilaria? Do they know Teresa? Like all this flashes before my eyes as I'm talking to my parents after the show. I'm seeing everybody and I go, I hope you guys enjoyed the show.
Wait, here's my question.
And they loved it.
Did they think Hilaria? Did they think like, who's your friend who's like a full-on racist, like pretending to speak Spanish on stage?
Yeah, they actually were super offended. And I had to tell them, don't worry, she's just doing an impression of a woman who culturally appropriates an entire Mexican. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
They loved it. They love all the tropes.
Okay,
whatever you do. Yeah. They thought it was hilarious.
Okay, good.
I think they just were like, that's a funny character. They don't even know. I had to be like, she's married to Alec Baldwin. You guys know 30 Rock. Like I have to kind of deep read.
Spell it out.
Yes. But they loved Heather's being a mom bits.
Yeah.
All of that. Being a boy mom. She does a lot of funny parental things and also harping on her husband. Loved all that.
Yeah.
That was great.
We had fun, man. Like even just the meals. Oh, we went to this store. You have to tell them about our experience yesterday. Andrea has the hookup in Red Bank, New Jersey. She's got
Red Bank is lit.
people there who loved her, who were like, come shop at our store.
Amanda, we love you.
They had charcuterie out. They were like, the celebrities are coming to town. I was like, what is this?
So nice. Did you touch the charcuterie plate? Because I was going ham on that plate.
I had a couple pepperonis, a piece of, I don't know.
I had some cheese cubes.
Yeah, girl.
Bro, I almost broke open the champagne. She had champagne out for us too.
Really?
Yeah, but I was like, no, we're on the clock.
Oh my God, when we checked into the hotel in DC, you know how hotels are like, would you like a glass of champagne when you check in? And I go, actually, no, but do you have sparkling water? And she goes, in your room, there's a sparkling water. She goes, you could just have it. And I was like, oh, okay. She goes, yeah, tell the girl here tomorrow when you check out that like I said it's okay for you to have it. So you don't have to pay the $11 for the tiny bottle of sparkling water. I go, this seems complicated.
We walk away. I go, you're 100% paying for that sparkling water.
I don't know.
And then I took my own champagne glass. I go, I'll take one. Thank you.
I did drink the sparkling water though. I had to.
And it was good.
Yeah, it was great. I just want to acknowledge we've got our men here today. Pat and Mike are here. I just want to say, Mike has revived. Mike has been revived. We haven't seen Mike in a couple weeks, and he's made it.
Mike is crawling out of his.
Mike shut down his studio and had to get a full-time job.
Mike.
But today you guys are recording on President's Day, so I was able to make it in person.
We are.
And be a part of the show.
Are you saying that you're off on your real job today so you could actually come and do the other job? No, so you're saying no days off is what you're saying?
That's similar to, that's what I was getting at, I think, for the most part. Close to it, at least.
Thank you for reminding us it is President's Day. Some of you are probably in like Bahamas, Mexico, enjoying your lives and
your long weekend.
We're just here celebrating the presidents.
Is the President's Day weekend is a trip where people get away?
I didn't know
weekend
this,
that
but
people
Anna goes,
go?
everybody's away, Trey.
Everyone's away.
I have 5 friends that are in Japan. I go, who goes to Japan on President's Day?
You guys are out of the know. Japan is the trendiest trip of like 2025.
Oh, I believe it. It's a beautiful place. Beautiful people. But I don't know anybody that's there right now.
And Tokyo, and there's a whole route.
We were taking a short flight to Miami for President's Day.
That's what I
didn't know we're taking.
Or a little trip upstate.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I think people do that too. I think they do that too. I think if you're rolling high, you can fly somewhere across the world.
Take your PJ to Kyoto, apparently. The hell? Anyway, we're glad to have you back, Mike.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back. I missed you guys. Obviously, it's been like 2-3 weeks, I guess, since I haven't been here for a recording. But
which means he's been on 20 dates.
No, I've been on a few, but not. I don't know about 20. 20 is a lot. And
did you go on a date on Valentine's Day?
I had plans on Valentine's Day. Yes.
I'm sure you did.
We didn't even have plans on Valentine's Day.
We were performing.
That can't be.
We were working.
Oh, that's true. You guys were working. No, but that's listen. To be honest with you, to be completely candid, I would have rather been working, making a little money.
So it didn't go well.
So the plans were.
Listen. I had.
Hopefully, she's not a super fan of this show.
No, I wouldn't worry about that.
Cool.
She's French, so I don't think she listens to any American anything.
Oui, oui.
But, yeah, I mean, listen, it's. I feel like maybe to your point, you take Valentine's Day a little more seriously when you're kind of seeing somebody that you like a little more than usual.
Yeah.
And probably not as seriously when you're in like a real long-term relationship with somebody.
Right.
You know, like if.
Yeah, I mean, you just
or am I
threaten.
bugging out about that?
You just threaten at that point. You're like, give me diamonds or get the fuck out of here.
Have you guys gotten great gifts from your significant others on Valentine's Day at all?
Yeah. Jared's a great gift giver.
Still? Like to this day?
Yeah. And Anna still found a way to complain about.
No, I didn't. No, I did not.
No, she absolutely loved this gift, and he went off this Valentine's Day.
Oh, he got me a sweatsuit. He got me an Aviator Nation sweatsuit, which is a super nice gift. They're like stupid expensive, and I thought that was so nice. It's just not my size, but he wanted to get me the specific one I wanted. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess we'll wait for them to restock it.
Yeah. So he just gifted you that you're going to get that?
No, I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, it's a little oversized. He's like, you never know. You like things oversized. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I could maybe. And I might keep it as is, you know. I haven't decided.
It's really cute.
It happened late Friday night. And I was like, okay, thanks. I got to go. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I do have a gift coming for him, but it's customized. So it's not here yet.
So I take back everything I said, because maybe this is a much better experience than what I did.
We just asked if you had plans on Valentine's Day, and you said, yes, I did.
I mean, yes, I did. They were
French woman.
With a French woman, yeah. Who, you know.
I was like, with a flight, what? I didn't know what you said.
A French accent. A
French woman du français.
Parlez-vous français?
Yeah. What about you? Did you anything with Nick? Anything good?
I got flowers.
Good. Okay.
And I didn't give him anything because his birthday happens to be a week before Valentine's Day.
Too many days.
There's literally too much going on.
Too much. Yeah.
I hear you. That's good though.
So I got some nice flowers and a kiss. And that was pretty much. And
Okay.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
First kiss.
Our first kiss.
Wow.
I know. It was special.
Wait, we do have to discuss something. You guys will laugh at this. So while we were away on tour all weekend, both of our men really stepped up their fucking game.
We really got to debrief this, you guys. I didn't know that when the women are away, the men are picking up a hammer.
I mean, they are. Jared always, when I go away, he likes
1 a.m.
He likes to surprise me when I come home from like a trip or something. Yeah, we got home at 1 a.m.
We got home at 1 a.m. and this man proceeds to show me everything that he workshopped in the apartment while I was away.
Yeah, give us the tour. What did Nick do while you were gone?
First of all, I get a picture of the fridge and I go, all right, you're staying busy, huh? So our fridge was oddly, the door was going, it faces the exit instead of facing, when you open the refrigerator door, it should open to the kitchen. And we have a long entryway and it's just the door and then the kitchen and then the living room. So it's one of those like long hallway type of townhouse apartments.
Okay.
So I walk in and he's like, did you see the fridge? I was like, no, I didn't. Let me take a look at this. So I open the door. I'm like, oh my God, you remove the hinges so the door opens the other way.
Okay.
Then he took the liberty of organizing the fridge. I go, wow, look at that. You even went grocery shopping? Oh my God, we got blueberries.
I'd be worried. I'd be like, is the stuff still cold? Like, does the fridge still work? Like,
No,
you took the door
correct.
off and repurposed it.
He was doing Bob the Builder shit. I don't know. Did we get the fridge from IKEA? Like, who even removes hinges? I didn't even know that was possible.
I didn't know that was possible. Yeah.
Listen, if you're bothered by the direction of where your fridge doors open, well, you can fix that. Then he proceeds to open all the cabinets and show me that he lowered the level of all the cabinets so that the drinkware can fit, so the spices are fitting. Because before, we just had a lot of shit that we just sat up there and just accepted it. But he removed the little hinges of the shelves.
Yeah, he moved him up and down.
Moved him up and down. I said, wow, you know what? And I woke up this morning and I actually wasn't fumbling around to get a thermos of water. I said, this is so nice. They're all stacked neatly.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
That's a good Valentine's gift to like,
You know what I'm saying?
fix up the apartment.
He fixed up the wires behind the TV, put a little wire cover up. This man was busy.
I love that he didn't tell you he was doing any of this.
No, but he was so excited to show me. And I go, you know what? That means so much. Now I know that, you weren't doing anything else, but just staying at home and removing hinges. And I love that.
That's a comfort.
And that to me is a relief. Like, the one thing I was worried about while we were at the Lincoln Theater in DC was my man running off to somebody else.
Wait, I do have to say, I walk into the Lincoln Theater in DC and I go to the union people, I go, so is this where it happened? And they were like, no.
This bitch.
I was like, we are in DC. This is called the Lincoln Theater. And then I remembered.
You thought that was the theater that Lincoln got shot in?
Yeah.
Correct.
Because I was like, I guess they named it after him. That's so nice.
The bigger.
It's Ford Theater.
Yes.
I remembered after.
I don't think they do shows there anymore.
Because I saw Oh Mary, and they talk about the Ford Theater. Obviously, it's about Lincoln's wife. And even though it's a fully fictional play, they at least named the theater.
Yeah. Anna had 24 hours in DC and she wanted a full-on tour. She was like, okay, where are we going to? Where are we eating?
Guess what? I stayed in that fucking hotel room only and ate lunch at the hotel.
Yeah, but you almost saw
pouring.
the theater that Lincoln was shot at, but that was wrong. So tell me what Jared was busy doing while you were away.
I want to take a quick break and wait, make them wait for it. So you guys, I'll tell you what Jared did while I was away in just a hot sec. And we're back. And I know you guys were like, oh my God. What
on the edge of our seats over here, Anna.
Did he propose? What did he buy her? She already got her a nice sweatsuit. No, but I get home last night. First of all, he kept texting me, do you want me to heat any food up for you? And I was like, thank you. I'm okay. I think I'm like eating a bag of Tostitos in the Uber.
We snacked all weekend.
And he made chicken, he made broccoli, he made sweet potatoes. He for himself, for dinner. So he had all this food. So he was like, do you want any of it? Want me to heat you a plate? I was like, no, I'm okay. And I came home. We tried to watch the SNL. I say tried because I was just really tired. We watched some of the SNL 50th. And then he's like, all right, let's go to bed. He took the dogs out and I was ready to go to bed. And he was like, just wait. He had also cleaned the whole apartment. And when I walked in, it was spotless with a candle lit, Jared.
Wow. Setting the tone.
Jared's the best at cleaning because he cleans. And
because simply he cleans and I don't.
I do clean. Here's the thing. He's so OCD that if I clean, he will literally be like,
Same. That really gets on my nerves too.
So I go, then you do it. I don't care. I cleaned. We do dust differently, so that's always a fight. But yeah, anyway, so he cleaned the whole apartment, and then he wouldn't let me go to bed. He's like, wait, you can't go to bed yet. And I was like, what is he doing? Why is he being weird? I was like, I need to lay down. And he's like, he like opens the door. He wanted me to know that he did our bedding. Like he washed and dried the bedding. And
wow.
You know, I'm very pretentious, so we have to iron our sheets every time we do the wash. And ironing the sheets is like an extra step.
That's such a waste.
It's an extra step.
What the fuck would you iron the sheets for?
Always iron the sheets. I grew up with iron sheets,
You
so I
iron
can't.
the sheets?
Yeah,
You guys are actually
I don't
psychotic.
think I've ever heard that.
like getting your
I've
sheets
heard it.
pressed.
I don't know. In the 1960s.
You guys have to remember. I grew up in a Jewish family in the suburbs of Philadelphia, and I was basically raised by my housekeeper Ermin, and Ermin was like my other mom, and she would iron all of our sheets.
The housekeeper iron.
And
Okay.
I sound obnoxious, and you guys can roast me as much as you want.
I'm roasting you so hard in my head right now.
But when I grew up, like I always thought I need my sheets to be like perfect because like that's how they all should be.
What did you do at camp?
At camp is different, and I had t-shirt sheets.
They had somebody
so
to do it
those
for her.
don't
Oh my
iron.
God, the jersey sheets.
At camp, we don't do our own laundry. You know, we send it out to laundry.
Of course, you sent it out. Oh my God. Could you imagine doing
Dre
your
and
own
I were
laundry?
raised respectively
Guys,
as
when
just two
you're
shitholes.
When you're 8 years
Half the
old,
time
you
there was
don't
no
do your
sheets on the
laundry.
bed.
So I've always ironed my sheets. So I taught Jared this when we started dating. I'm like, yeah, well, we have to iron the sheets. Like they can't have like wrinkles
Naturally,
in
could
them.
you literally imagine?
And so he did the sheets last night. And so that was very nice to get into like a perfect bed. It was like, phew, awesome. After like traveling, you know, and you're like tired. I was like, yeah, hell yeah.
Clean sheets for me, that does it. I love just a freshly washed sheet.
Yeah. But you don't mind the wrinkles?
I don't even see the wrinkles.
Then you must have a really nice thread count. I have shitty sheets right now, so you have to iron them. Like, depends on the sheet. I mean, I always iron my sheets. It doesn't matter what the sheet is. But like right now, our good sheets are in LA, so we have like an okay sheet, but it's not my good sheets. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you guys know the game. Every time that Anna says something is in LA, you actually have to take a shot.
Every time.
Love you.
Either that or you have to Venmo me $10 because then I can get my stuff from LA.
Yeah.
Because the storage.
I just need like $2,500 to fucking get it back.
True.
I don't want all of it back. I like having a storage unit. I'd like to have it in storage here because I'm here more, but
That would actually be a little bit more
But
helpful.
I don't care about my shit there. Like, I honestly am like, purge, get rid of it. You know what I mean? I don't care.
You haven't needed it by now.
I know. Well, there's stuff I like, we've now gone through it enough that like, I know the things I want that are in the front and the things I don't need. But I have a lot of clothing too that's like, you know, I don't want to get rid of it all. I'll have a place there eventually where I'll be able to like put some shit there, you know?
And then she'll be able to move the stuff from the storage unit to an actual
Yeah.
place. Now, while we were busy working,
Yeah.
something huge happened.
SNL 50.
The SNL 50 feels like just yesterday we were doing SNL 40.
I don't remember SNL 40, and a lot of people kept talking about it, and I was like, I don't remember
That
it.
does feel like it just happened.
Right?
I agree with you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I go, Jesus, Mary and Joe.
I guess I've lost my memory because I'm so old now that I can't remember SNL 40.
Because I just remember it was like, first off, it was before things like politically got really divisive.
Yep.
Because like Sarah Palin was at the SNL 40 and they like did a bit with them, and it was like, you know, like all funny and fine and cool. And I remember Eddie Murphy coming out and making like just basically like taking a bow and then not doing anything.
Yeah.
And then leaving. I mean, yeah, it does feel like that just happened, and it was 10 years ago. It's crazy how fucking time just
crazy.
flies, man.
We're at SNL 50 now.
SNL 50. I will say
The money was shelled out.
a lot of promo for SNL 50. That
Yo.
was an impressive marketing budget.
Good Lord. They even had a red carpet.
Oh my God. It was like 3 nights.
They had a glam bot. E-News was covering. I
It
know
was
it's not-
major.
It was really well. And it is something to celebrate. 50 years.
Of course. 50 years
an
of like a sketch show.
institution. Yeah, for a sketch show is crazy to me.
And it's funny because you see, you know, like they had all the like originals there, you know, not all of them, but a lot of them. And like, I feel like when I hear Bill Murray like talk about SNL or whatever, he talks about it as if it was like grad school. He's like, you know, we fucking like, did this and did this. Like now I feel like the stakes are so much higher, like to get on SNL, you know? And like back then they didn't even fucking know what it was. They were like, I don't know, we're all fucking stupid, funny. Let's like write a bunch of funny shit and like put it up live and like make ourselves insane while we do it because we don't sleep all week and then we have to do a show.
I think
crazy.
the stakes are higher now, and also comedy has changed. The landscape has changed. What you can and cannot say.
TV just in general, the way people watch it.
Yeah, you're right.
We also just have like the thing about SNL, I think for the first probably like 30 years of SNL was like we had a monoculture where it was like if they were going to make a reference to something, everybody understood it.
Yeah.
You know? Where now I don't think like content and the way people take things in has become so much more what's the word I want to use? Niche. Everything is niche. So I think it must be so much harder to write for SNL now where you just don't have that locked in like, well, this week we're going to just make fun of Michael Jordan. And everybody knows who Michael Jordan, or you know what I mean? It's got to be harder. And you know, we at this point we know some people on those writing staffs and I imagine it's much more
stressful,
difficult, you know?
It was fun to see. Did you guys watch any of like last night's SNL? Like I didn't watch all of it. I've seen a bunch of clips, but I tried to watch some of it last night with Steve Martin doing the monologue.
The monologue,
which was great.
I watched the first hour. You guys, it was 3 hours long.
Oh, is it 3 hours?
Yeah.
I think I probably watched the first hour.
Yeah.
Also, you mentioned Eddie Murphy. He did an iconic Tracy Morgan in the game show in Black Jeopardy.
First of all, that sketch is hilarious. Second of all, that was I think the best Tracy Morgan impression I've ever seen. Besides,
Eddie Murphy is another level of like impression.
One of one.
Impression.
Incredible. Yeah.
a lifetime of talent.
The best ever.
Like you know, and then he can like hop into like a Oscar movie like Dreamgirls and like sing his face off, and you're like, wait, he does that too.
Yeah,
like he's just
awesome.
He's awesome.
The man is an icon. I was cracking up at the Black Jeopardy sketch.
Also, I was cracking up at the audience just in the beginning, like the audience during the monologue, the cutaways to the audience. And you're like, oh, wow, look at that. It's Al Sharpton and Tom Hanks and Kim Kardashian all sitting next to each other in an audience. Like, where the fuck are we right
It was like the Super Bowl celeb suite where you go, what the fuck? Who that person with that person with that person? What?
Yeah, you're like, huh?
It was really cool to see.
It was. I also loved, what did we say in the monologue? It was
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, that was during the Q&A. That was the Q&A. But Martin Short came in during.
Oh my God, so funny.
Do we think Martin Short and Meryl Streep are a thing? I know everyone's like hinting at it. Did you see when they were like arm in arm and the camera got them and she went?
I didn't see it.
That'd be cool.
She flipped off the camera.
I've heard the rumors, but I didn't see that part.
Oh my God. It was like 2 nights ago or so. And the camera like gets right in on them and she notices it and she's literally like.
So she's saying that they are hooking up?
I don't know. Or she's saying, get the fuck out of my face. I don't want you to know.
That's all. Yeah.
She was great in her sketch. She popped up in a sketch. Meryl Streep's never been on SNL until last night.
She doing the alien invasion bit is...
She played
That's so good.
Kate McKinnon. Kate McKinnon's mom.
She broke character. She broke character for a little bit.
Which I want.
Which I
want
wanted to see that. Yeah. Definitely.
Right?
The Lauren Welk show.
Oh, I love that. You know, and they squeezed in Robert Goulet with that, which was like
crazy. Yeah.
Goulet. I love Robert Goulet.
Yeah, that was great.
Right? Just let that man walk around town for like days as Robert Goulet. Like, he's so fucking funny, Will Ferrell. It was a lot of sketches from our, like, you know, like
from our time,
our primitive SNL years. Like when we were like in high school or like, you know, watching SNL a lot. I felt like a lot of the like hits were there last night.
Yeah. Molly Shannon's I'm 50 and Rachel Dratch, Debbie Downer. If those weren't included, would have stormed.
I'm 50 was perfect to put in that monologue.
Oh my God, it was so good.
Right?
Like literally it was made for it. I got so excited.
She's so positive, Molly Shannon.
FOMO. I know. I love her on social because I feel like I'm watching just like a best friend.
So
mom.
positive. Wait, Debbie Downer is one of my all-time favorites ever. Like, do you remember the Lindsay Lohan sketch when I
wanted Lindsay Lohan to be in it. Yeah.
And she was like, they're all at Disney World. She's literally like, it's official. I can't have kids. It's just like the simplest joke ever. And you're at Disney World and they're all like cry laughing.
Yeah.
Rachel Dratch. Oh, I had to do that in college. They were like, you can do any live, like I had to have a 3-camera live like editing project or whatever. And I chose to do a spec of a SNL sketch of Debbie Downer, which is just like, where did I come from? Like they were probably like, I'm sorry, what? And I was like, you know, Debbie Downer on SNL. I'm going to just like write my own Debbie Downer sketch.
It's a great sketch. Why wouldn't you?
I did Debbie Downer Goes to Prom. And I told you I don't remember any of the jokes except there was a punch bowl and I'm in the control room. I wasn't even in it. I didn't play any Debbie Downer. I made my roommate who doesn't act like play it. I was like, you could be here, right? All I have to do is look at the camera and go, and I'll put everything in post. And so there was a punch bowl and she goes over and they're all like, would you like some punch? And she goes, I think this is where you get hepatitis C. And I was like, this is brilliant. My teachers were probably like, is something wrong with her?
We'll see where you're going with that direction, Anna. But
all my projects were like offbeat in college, and they were probably like, "What is she doing here?"
Yeah.
So funny though. But we got Debbie Downer. She was a bartender, right? I didn't catch the full sketch yet. That was later in the show, I think.
I just saw one clip on social because I didn't make it to that one.
This thing is 3 hours long.
It's 3 hours long.
Man, I haven't watched it yet.
With
Man,
music
that's a lot of
breaks.
sketches.
My entire algorithm though is like the clips. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like I've seen all of them,
Right,
but
right.
I haven't. But
I'll mention one other thing, and then we can just talk about the after party
oh, okay.
that we went to.
I was like, wait, what?
They had the Domingo sketch, and Pedro Pascal played his brother or uncle.
Yeah.
I just love those two together. Could watch it all day.
I didn't like seeing Sabrina Carpenter not sing well. Like, she was amazing when she opened the show. But in the Domingo sketch, I was like, she's singing poorly now. Like, on purpose. I get it. It's part of the sketch. But I was like, okay, but you're Sabrina Carpenter.
Well, they made Ariana Grande sing bad in the first one, which was hurt my body.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I'm like, wait, no, don't make them like play bad. They're so good.
This makes no sense.
I also loved Miley doing the
I didn't see Miley. What was Miley doing?
Miley did just the Prince cover song.
She was one of the performers.
Yeah, it was like SNL Supercharged. So it's like 3, monologues, 3 musical guests, 4,000 sketches. It was like supercharged.
So did they do a new like monologue every hour?
No, I don't know. I didn't make it past the first one.
I think they must have, because I think, they went from monologue to a couple sketches.
Yeah.
Then a musical guest.
Oh, and we were going to talk about the Tina and Amy were part of the monologue, but they did the Q&As, in SNL when they love to do the Q&As.
Yeah.
Let's do a little Q&A with the audience. And it's always like a plant and someone.
Yeah.
Fred Armisen was one of them, which was super funny because he was talking about a sketch that he was like, they never did Vampire Breakfast or whatever, Vampire Office. I don't know what it was. And he was like, should I repitch it? Like, he was just playing like a nerd writer SNL newbie. And then the Ryan Reynolds of it all. What do you think about that?
I did think that the Blake Lively reaction shot that they got of after, Ryan was like, no, what have you heard? We're in the news a lot. And Blake immediately looks up at him. I thought that wasn't planned, but you guys are saying that it totally was. And
I thought it was planned. I thought she was just like, acting.
Oh, really? Yeah. I liked that they were in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of Page 6 and all these places have a lot of comments that people were angry about them being on the red carpet and being there.
Why? Because they should be so busy dealing with their lawsuit?
I don't know. People were like, oh, SNL supports bullies like them. And I was like, what? Like,
I guess the world has finally turned.
who cares?
Yeah, Hollywood is full of bullies.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
well, that's true.
What are we even saying here?
It made me think, have I missed something? Am I supposed to be picking a side in the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, World War VII? Like, I don't understand. I don't anymore. I don't care anymore.
I know it feels
I'm like, they're both hot and rich. Like, figure your shit out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
Figure
naive
your
of me?
shit out. Yeah. No, I don't think that's mean of you. They were there. There was a bunch of people in the audience. There was so many people that went.
So many people.
Unless they're just like secretly not liked, like behind the scenes in Hollywood. Like, unless people are just kind of like, I don't know. I've worked with Ryan Reynolds and he's a real piece of shit. Or, like that would be the one thing where I'd be like, if the industry doesn't like them and it's just that like they both become very bankable
Right.
as
Yeah.
stars, like that's like classic Hollywood ass kissing too. Like, well, he's, the Deadpool movie made $1 billion, so we have to be nice to this guy that we hate. But I don't know,
Yeah. I don't know. I like them both as actors, and I'll say It Ends With Us was a good, well acted movie. It was a good movie. You watch that movie and you're like, damn, it's hot. They're hot together. Even though it doesn't, it doesn't end well. I'll say that, what the subject matter is, but the good parts, you're like, okay, I'm into it.
Her and Justin, or her and the other guy?
Her and Justin Baldoni. They were fucking great in the movie together, I thought.
And it's crazy. They didn't even have an intimacy coordinator.
Crazy. I think they did at some point.
Yeah, Justin was saying that I brought one in.
Yeah. Who knows what happened in that?
Here we are still talking about the controversy though. You see?
They did something right. That's PR for you. Wait, you know what I loved? I forgot during the Q&A when the dresser, Donna, when they were like, she's been the dresser for all the celebrities at SNL since 97 or something. And they go, we know it's so tough for you to pick your favorite celebrity, and she goes, Jason Momoa, and leaves.
They also made a joke about all the writers being outside. They're like, and we just want to just give a warm appreciation to the writers.
They were all standing outside in the cold, like
give the writers a goddamn raise.
And then Jason Momoa getting up and being like, hey, so that woman Donna, like, what's her vibe? Is she single? I was like, I love this. This is great. Let's just follow this the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Also, shout out Kristen Wiig. I want to say she was
being one of the best cast members of all time.
The best ever.
Yeah.
I did miss Bill Hader, and it made me look up where was Bill Hader.
Oh, he didn't go?
He wasn't there.
Really?
He's
and like Pat was saying before, we didn't get Stefan, like that was kind of
that's one of my favorite characters.
Epic. And John Mulaney was there, so we were like,
yeah.
I don't know. I kind of. What do you think? Where was he? I don't know that I understand. I guess he just didn't go.
He was requested. His agent declined, and I think the only thing we're gonna say is that my mind immediately went to, he suffered terrible anxiety throughout his entire experience at SNL. Like he had stage fright, he had anxiety attacks, and maybe this just brought back those feelings.
I don't know. I don't think it. He must be shooting something. I want to believe, he was a huge part of it, and he still seems to be friends with most of those people, and he's done movies with them and stuff.
And even though he had anxiety attacks, he still showed up to work every day. It's not that the anxiety stopped him.
Yeah, I saw that the Lonely Island anxiety song. That was funny too, because everyone has anxiety on that show. Imagine getting on the biggest sketch comedy show, and then you don't know if you're even going to be on the show or have a sketch on the show that week, and then you're going to feel like a fucking loser because you're like, wait,
yeah,
I got here. And then they're like, yeah, but did you get here yet? We'll see if you get here.
It's just a stressful environment to work in completely.
Of course. And when you don't have sleep, when you are up all night writing because you have a deadline for a show that's Saturday, you're a mess.
Yeah, but I do it. Yeah, but I still want that job. We were talking about could we see ourselves there? And while that's not necessarily the end all be all now as much as it used to be, because there's so much more opportunity for us now.
Sure.
As performers, writers, it's not just SNL. So thank God. I'm also breaking out in hives right now as I'm itching. I don't know, probably because I'm SNL, right.
Anxiety's setting in. She's just thinking about that schedule.
I see it from over here.
I'm totally fine. I'm just itching.
She's just thinking about that schedule.
That schedule must be crazy.
Yeah, I would throw myself into that. I feel like I already do that kind of a schedule, and it's why? No one's making me.
We're working for ourselves, yeah. On our own schedule, but.
All right. Well, guess what? This was so fun, and I had a great weekend with you.
I had a great weekend with you too.
We didn't tell the people, but you guys, we're doing this show live March 5th, City Winery. If you're a new fan, an old fan, if you're in the New York area, please come to the show. We'll be doing this live. We'll have a lot of our impressions. It's going to be super fun. If you saw us do impressions this weekend on Heather's show, you're going to get more. And also our show is 3 days after the Oscars. So we're going to have good fucking content to cover because we're going to have to cover our Oscars show is going to be our live show, which is going to be so fun.
It will be. Oh yeah, because it really is. We'll be recapping on the show
3 days after. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So we're gonna go for now, but check out Thursday's episode because we got two special guests for you.
Yeah, this is a big one. Especially after, this is a big one for my character. I think he really developed this week.
I think so too.
As a person,
Yeah. And go find us online and check out other shows. I have 1 billion shows this month, so can't wait to get you guys there.
And check out, if you do not listen to Juicy Scoop, we are also Juicy Scoopers. So we want to support our girl Heather for taking us and thank her. So check out her show as well. It's full of juice. It really is a juicy.
She tells all the tea.
No, seriously, you guys. She does. And we got some tea this weekend.
We did.
It was all good. Thank you guys. We love you.